Hi, this is Katie Weeks, your independent, close to my heart maker. And today I'm joining with the Makers with Heart for another mystery envelope challenge. And this month I got to send out the mystery envelopes, and I sent papers from Home for Christmas collection and instructions. Ho, 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 here we go. Find a one-sheet wonder pattern and create a Christmas card, a kit, or a layout. It can be a 12 by 12, 6 by 6, or multiples of them. And make sure you use Home for Christmas coordinating cardstock colors and or embellishments. And I gave some of my one sheet wonder or kit ideas to them, and I grabbed a wonderful one sheet wonder online from Pinterest, and it was Clarke's Crisp Air One Sheet Wonder Card Workshop. And you can see the things that I have there, and her website is karenscraftingfun.com. And here is the paper that I chose from Home for Christmas. And so it's a lot of dark colors, and I wanted to pair these up as the instructions showed, and then I put them on French vanilla cardstock bases that I cut the cards from. And I also bring in some candy apple cardstock as well, because I thought that would brighten up these really dark papers. But when you see the really dark papers, don't be scared off from them. Make sure you still use them and incorporate them, and you can brighten them up with some other pieces of cardstock. So here I'm getting a real crisp fold on those cards and adding the bases. And we're going to get 3 of each card. So this first card has both of these prints, and I'm trying to decide which order I like them in. You really need to pay attention to the words because they have a specific orientation. So that was the only thing with the one side of this pattern paper, is I needed to pay attention to the orientation of the words. And I didn't really leave it so that you could read the script, but you can tell that it's going the right way. And I decided to bring in that zip strip, and since I get 3 of each card, I just cut it into 4-inch strips, and I'm putting that across the card. And it can go all the way to the edges of that red cardstock like this one, or the other 2 I make later on, I actually trimmed it down. So then I'm bringing in my second card, and for this one I'm going to make it a landscape card, and I think I'm going to dovetail that printed paper. When I make my other 2 cards later, I actually use the reverse side of the paper for it. So I switched where I had each of the prints. So since it was 2 inches wide, I just used my VersaMat to find 1 inch to have the perfect center to cut my banner end or my dovetail. So I'm going to put that on the front, and I actually brought in some scraps for some of my other card bases, and instead of candy apple for the background, I used some of my other paper scraps that were printed papers from Home for Christmas, and that gave a real bright, cheery look. So here we are working on the third card. Now, this one is going to have a paper that I put here, and eventually I will turn it sideways and make it more of a portrait orientation card. I think I do that when I'm looking at the next little piece, because I'm cutting a banner and I need those words to go the right way. So I just put that beside it, and we'll figure out how to make it work on a card after a bit. And then I'm ready for the 4th card, and this one, real plain, simple, and easy. I'm just going to put that large green printed paper right smack dab in the middle of the card, and that's the only piece that goes on this last one. So I have my 4 cards, and I'm going to decorate these first 4 cards really quickly. I'm just going to bring in my sticker sheet from Home for Christmas, and I'm going to pull off some stickers and put those on the front of the cards. This one had a cute little Christmas tree for card 3. Let me see. I really think I tried some different ones. This one I think is the Noel for card 2. It's getting kind of lost on there, but I'll figure out how to make that one show up just a little bit better in a minute. And I like this Dear Santa Claus, especially because it has that cute little mailbox on it. So I put that on card 1. And then this last one, I'm just going to put that little wreath and then 'Tis the Season. And that's pretty quick and simple. And then I'm going to dovetail the ends of that 'Tis the Season, just because I didn't like the ends that were on it when it was on the sticker sheet. So I made it a dovetail instead of the ends that they had on that sticker. So you can always change it up and make it your own. So I think that should be enough for my sticker sheet. The next thing I'm going to do is bring in my Spectrum Noir metallic paint marker, and I want the liquid gold that's 0.7 millimeters. And for the first one, Noel, I'm just going to put a quick little stitching lines all around the card, and then I'm just going to trace around all of those pieces. And as you can tell, once I went around that word Noel, that little banner, it really made it pop off of the card, and it really stood out. It kind of got lost with all the dark colors before, and then with this gold edging, it really pops. I went next to card number 4, and I'm going to put some little pattern around the outside that's just like a swirl dot, swirl dot, swirl dot. And I also took all of those pieces on the wreath that had like little white dots, and I just went over those with that gold marker so it really stood out. And I really didn't even need to do anything to card 1. So next I come in with card 3 and just draw a straight border all around all 4 sides. And then I take my marker and I'm going to go on that Christmas tree, and there's like lights strung on it, and I'm just going to put dots all around those string of lights, and it kind of made them more apparent on the front of the card. And then I'm seeing some of the scraps that are over in my bag with Home for Christmas, and I'm like, I could use some of those for backgrounds, and they're pretty bright and cheery. So I put some of that poinsettia paper on a few of the backgrounds. I put it on like 4, and then I cut some red candy apple cardstock and put that on the rest of the backgrounds. And then I just went through the same process of putting these cards together just like I did for the first set of cards. Now, there were a couple that I did differently. Card 2, like I said, I flipped the patterns right here. I did it the opposite of what I did for the first card with Noel. So the big banner was the green, the little strip was the black script paper. And then I think I did the other ones pretty much all the same. Card 4, I did make it a portrait card instead of a landscape card. Oh, one other change I made was right here on card 3. Instead of putting that banner down towards the bottom like I did before, I put it up towards the top, grabbed a couple more scraps, and made like 3 little banners to go up in the corner of the card. And I think that turned out pretty cute. I think I actually like that a whole lot better than how I did it on the first card. And it was just a few of the scraps that I had in my bag. And then since I had cut all of those card bases from French Vanilla cardstock, I had quite the nice stack of scraps of French Vanilla. And so I got out my holiday banner stamp and thin cut set, and I cut out a whole bunch of everything that they had die cuts for. I cut out from my French vanilla, and I cut out a bunch of them, and you can see I'm just assembly line stamping everything here. The poinsettias I stamped in Scarlet, the ivy leaves and sprigs and all of those I stamped in pine. I stamped the back of my banner in pine, and then I stamped Merry Christmas in the candy apple because I wanted that to really pop. And then I came in with my liquid pearls, and I used Bisque Liquid Pearl right in the middle of all my poinsettias. You can see it much better on the cards than you can probably see here. And then I used my Carnation Red Liquid Pearls and put it on those berries, and I really liked how the cards turned out. Make sure you stop over and check out all of the mystery envelopes for the Makers with Heart, and you know what to do. Like and subscribe. Have a great day.